Hey, hello, Chloe.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. So,
That's good.
yes, so is it the right pronunciation on
Yes,
your
Chloe.
name,
Yes,
Chloe?
yes.
But it is in fact a moniker, right? Because your real name is also Chloe, is it?
Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, so my real name's spelled CHLOE, but yeah, my artist name is CXLOE.
And it's pronounced the same.
Pronounced the same, yes.
Okay, okay. So I kind of wanna hear the story about the transition from your real name to the moniker you have now. Is it
Yeah,
any specific story about
yeah,
that?
so we're it's kind of like an extension of myself, CXLOE. It's still me, but I kind of wanted to make a moniker in which I could perform as CXLOE and be, that strong, um, person who can stand up there on stage and perform these songs and do all that. But then, when it gets a little bit too exhausting, I can turn off and I can retreat back to CHLOE. And, I can kind of keep a little bit for myself instead of giving and giving and giving and then having nothing left at the end of the day. So that was kind of the reasoning of why I wanted to create that
So
moniker.
it's similar like alter ego, maybe alter ego
Yes. Yeah, similar to an alter ego.
from
Yeah,
the your real life. Then in the stage, it's your different.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And
Thank you.
okay, you are a musician from Australia, and so
Yes,
how
yeah.
the situation in your hometown now, especially regarding this pandemic.
Yeah, it's a lot better than the start of the year. From March, it, you know, in New South Wales, in Sydney, where I live, we went into lockdown for about a month or two. But after
Mhm.
that, there were pretty much zero cases, and now we're very much back to normal. So I'm very lucky. I was in America at the beginning of the year, and I had to come home because of this, and I'm very glad I
Mhm.
did. Very glad.
I heard Australia is pretty doing pretty good in handling the
Yeah.
pandemic. Uh,
Yeah, we're doing pretty good, which is
yeah,
great.
really great. And okay, we're just talking about your the pandemic in your hometown, and how is it for you as a person during this pandemic as a musician? What's kind of keeps you busy?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really hard as a musician, obviously, because there's no live shows. So that has been really tricky, because live shows are a massive part of an artist's career. But what has kept me busy this year has been the EP. So putting together the EP with all of the music videos and the photo shoots and the artwork, and all of that side of things, that has kept me very busy. If I didn't have that, I think I would have gone out of my mind.
Yeah. Uh, so that EP name heavy isn't is it right?
Yes, heavy. Yeah.
So yeah, heavy part one or just heavy?
Heavy part one.
Heavy part one. So what is it EP about? Is it going to be a part two or part three onward?
Yeah. So it
Uh-huh.
is a part two. Part two has already been written and will be out early next year. But part one is all about. It's called Heavy, and it's all about my emotions and. I was kind of coming to terms with why I am the way I am, why I feel the way I feel. And I felt a lot of the time, a lot of those emotions were quite heavy.
Mhm.
They were either loneliness or, being sad or anxious. And so I kind of used those emotions in a lot of the songs. And I felt like Heavy was a perfect title for the EP.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this is your debut album? This is
Yes,
your
it
first?
is. Very first. Yeah.
Very first. And how do you feel on releasing your first ever album?
It feels weird. I didn't ever think I would release it during a pandemic, so it feels very weird not being able to tour the songs and play the songs and do all of that. But it still feels great, and I'm really happy
Mhm.
and proud of it.
Okay. And I also heard that along with this heavy part too, there's also one song. It's entitled "Heavy." So what is this song all about? Could you share this story?
So yeah, so the heavy on the track heavy on heavy part one, that song.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
song
so
called "Heavy."
yeah, yeah. So
Mhm.
heavy is basically tells the story of a relationship that was once upon a time happy and light, but has all of a sudden become awful and heavy and boring, and everything is a hard task.
Oh,
So that's what that song is about. But I think it kind of encompasses all of the emotions in the EP, and how something that you should be feeling happy, but a lot of the time you're not, and you have this weight attached to you.
okay. So
Yeah,
it's based on your experience, or you tell
yeah, definitely.
someone experience. It's from you. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, growing up, I'm trying to figure out why I, feel things the way I do, and I definitely feel too much in some circumstances, and it definitely leaves you feeling quite heavy and quite exhausted. And so I try to channel those emotions into that song and all the other songs on the EP.
okay. So it's
Yeah.
really resonates to you very much. The song is it
Sorry.
really reflects your personality, reflects your story. That
Yeah. Yeah. It very much reflects my life.
Mhm. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
another fun fact about you, I found in the internet. It's
Yes.
about the nickname that you've been called by media, maybe as a dark pop princess.
Oh.
So how that nickname, how did that nickname come from and given to you?
I think because I
Um,
love pop music is my favorite. But with a lot of my songs, they often are quite, whether it's the lyrics or the production, it is paired with something quite dark.
mhm.
Whether it's the concept of the song or whether it's the production, uh, it's still pop, but it is a little bit on the darker left side. So I think that's where it came from.
Oh, and it's really cool. I think dark pop princess and
Thank you.
I mean pop is never that dark maybe, but you made it dark.
No, I'm dark.
Right, it's really cool. But, okay,
Thank you.
so okay, I think this is the last question, Chloe. So will there be anything coming soon from you? I just heard that you will release the part two in
Yeah.
2021. But is there any going to be an engagement with the listeners, like maybe virtual concert or something from you? Mhm.
I mean, I'd love to do shows and, do some performances, but I just don't know if that's going to be happening, within the next couple of months. But I'm definitely going to be releasing a lot more music at the start of next year. So yes, I'm going to have a little break over Christmas and then jump
Mhm.
straight back into it with Heavy Part 2.
Cool. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward for your next project, next
Yeah.
music.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm excited.
Yes. Okay, that will be all from me, Chloe.
Oh, thank you
Thanks.
so much.